Okay, so good day everyone. So let me now show you how conversion is done. So in converting, it can be metric to metric, English to English, metric to English, English to metric. Okay, so what is metric to metric? Metric is like centimeter to meter. English to English is like yard to feet. Okay, so for the yard to inches, that for the metric to English, it's like the example is centimeter to inches. So for the English to metric, it's inches to centimeter. Okay, so going back, let me now show you how conversion is done. So let me give you an example. So for example, 5 meters will be converted to decimeter. So the first question to be asked now is, which is bigger? Is it meter or decimeter? So the answer here is, of course, meter is a bigger unit than decimeter. So next question to be asked is, if meter is bigger than decimeter, this is decimeter, what is the expected answer? Is it smaller number than 5 or bigger number than 5? Okay. Although this is the any number to be put here as an equivalent for decimeter is just equivalent to 5 meter. Okay, so what I'm just trying to tell you here is, if meter is a bigger unit, then it will be converted to a smaller unit. So therefore, the answer for question number 2 is the expected number here is bigger than 5, because again, meter is a bigger unit than decimeter. So that's why the expected answer here will be a bigger number. Next question is, if the converted answer is bigger than 5, then what did we do? Is it multiplication or division? So of course, if we arrive here at a bigger number than 5, then therefore, what is the operation that we use? It is the multiplication. Okay, so like for example, 5 meters is equal to how many decimeter? So in every 1 meter, there are 10 decimeter. So 5 meters over 1, this is understood as 5 meters times 10 decimeter over 1, since 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. So since we are going to convert meter to decimeter, so we can now cancel the meters for us to be able to get the decimeter. So 5 times 10 is equal to 50 decimeters. So therefore, 5 meters is equal to 10 decimeter. Okay. So cancel meter for us to be able to get the 50 decimeter. So therefore, take note, big to smaller unit. This is where for this here, meter, the bigger unit, smaller unit, the decimeter, is equal to, expect that bigger number, we will arrive at bigger number. And then the operation that we to be used is multiplication. Okay. How about here? 4,780 meters is how many in kilometers? So the question is, which is bigger now? Is it the meter or the kilometer? Of course, it's the kilometer. Okay. So if in our previous example, it's a bigger unit converted to a smaller unit. So the answer is, the expected answer is bigger number than the given. So here, since meter is smaller than kilometer, so therefore, what is the expected answer? Is it a smaller number than 4,780 or bigger number than 4,780? Take note that this is opposite to our previous example. So again, the previous is bigger unit converted to smaller unit. But here, it's a smaller unit converted to a bigger unit. So the expected answer now here, the expected number here is smaller. Okay, because this is a smaller unit to be converted to a bigger unit. So the expected number here is smaller than the given, which is 4,780. But again, although this is smaller, still the two is equal. The only difference is the unit. Okay, so if the converted answer is smaller than 4,780, then what did we do? Is it multiplication or division? So in the previous example, it's multiplication because it's from bigger unit to smaller unit. But since here, it's a smaller unit converted to bigger unit, so therefore we will be using the division. So in every 1 kilometer, there is 1,000 meters. So 4,780 meters over 1 times, again, in every 1 kilometer, there are 1,000, there is 1,000 meters. So for us to be able to cancel the meters, because we're looking for the kilometer, so this kilometer is the one that is that will be the numerator. The equivalent for 1 kilometer will be known as denominator. So cancel, then divide now 4,780 to 1,000. So therefore, cancel meter, therefore, we have now the kilometer, the one that we are looking. So the equivalent of 4,780 meters is equal to 4.78. So smaller, yes, smaller number, but still equal. Again, the only difference is the unit of measurement. So therefore, small to bigger unit equals small number, and division has been the operation. Okay, next example is, how about 60 inches to millimeter? So how about this one? how are we going to convert 60 inches to millimeter? So let us now check the conversion table. The question is, do we have here 1 inches? Okay, so since we do not have here 1 inches, okay, do we have 1 inches? No, we do not have 1 inches. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Oh, we have here inches. Okay, so here, so 1 meter is 39.37 inches, but we do not have here on the table exactly what is the equivalent of 1 inches to millimeter or vice versa, or millimeter to inches. So how are we going to do this? Okay, so let me show you now how are we going to do this. Okay, so the first thing now that we are going to do for the example 3 is, again, it's 60 inches. So it's 60 inches to be converted to millimeter. Okay, so since we haven't seen on the table what is exactly the equivalent of 1 millimeter to inches or vice versa, so let's just check what is available on the table. So since what is available there is this, 1 meter equals to 39.37 inches. So we are now going to convert inches to meter first. Inches to meter. So that's it. Okay. Okay, so 60 inches. We're going to convert now first 60 inches to meter. Okay, so we have here now, so cancel for us to be able to get the meter. So 60 divided by 39.37, that is equal now to 1.524. 1.524. Okay. So again, 1 meter, we are now going to convert 60 inches to meter. So the equivalent now of 60 inches to meter is 1.524 meters. So it's not yet in millimeters. So it's not yet in millimeters. So the next thing that we're going to do now is choose another equivalent for us to be able to arrive at millimeter. Okay, so we have here 1 meter. Okay, so let me show you now. So this is the long method. Okay, like for example here, Okay, like for example here, we only have here one, so we're done with that. 60 inches converted to meter first instead of millimeter because we don't know yet what's the equivalent of 60 inches to millimeter. So we'll just have to use what is available. So next is, let's use this one. Let's now convert meter to decimeter. Meter to decimeter. So let's now have the meter to decimeter. So 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. So we will convert this now, this to decimeter. Okay. So we have here 1.5 to 400 meters. Okay. In every 1 meter, there are 10 decimeters. So that is now equal to, for us to be able to get the decimeter, let's cancel this, cancel. So that's why we have 15.24. So we have now 15.24. So it's not yet decimeter. It's not yet decimeter. So next thing that we are going to do now is to check the table. So let us check the table. So we're done with inches, we're done with 10 decimeter to 1 meter. So let's have the 10 centimeter and 1 decimeter, because if you will just observe, if we can now get the equivalent to centimeter, we will now arrive at millimeters. Okay, the one that is being asked, the conversion of, of 60 inches. Okay, so let's have so 1 decimeter. So 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeter. So therefore, you'll just have to convert now 1 decimeter to 10 centimeter. So 15.24 times 10 centimeter over 1 decimeter, because 1 decimeter is equal to 10 centimeter. So that will be equal now to, we're looking for centimeters. So cancel dm, cancel dm. So we have now here the centimeters. So 15.24 times 10, that is 150.4 Still, it's not yet in millimeter, but upon checking on our chart, so if we can now convert it to centimeter, then in our chart here, there is now an equivalent to millimeters. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. Okay. Okay, so now let's convert the centimeter to 10 millimeters for us to be able to get now what is being asked. Okay. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter, the one that we are asking here for the conversion. So let us convert. Let us convert now. Okay, so let us convert now. Again, it's 60 inches. It's the 60 inches. So we're done converting it to other unit just for us to be able to get the equivalent in millimeters. So 1 centimeter, we'll be using now 1 centimeter for us to be able to get equivalent to millimeters since we're done with the other units. So 152.4 centimeter times 10 millimeter, because in every 1 centimeter, there is 10 millimeters. So the equivalent now is 1,524 millimeter. So the answer, because 60 inches is equivalent to 152.4 centimeter. So we converted it now to millimeters. So therefore, the answer is 1,524 millimeters. So that is the answer. So that's the long way. Okay. But if you know that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeter, then you can just do it like this. This is the short way. If you know that you can have the short way if you know that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeter. So we have the short way. So simply like this. Okay. 1.524 meters times 1,000 millimeter, because that is the equivalent. So cancel meters for us to be able to get millimeters. So that's why we have 1,524 meters. So just the same with the long method and then the short method. Okay, so I'm hoping that you were able to understand the presentation for today's session.